welcome back to Lovely Lovebird Designs. This is the tutorial for the Chinese Crested dog. Oh my gosh. This one, it's one of my favorite dogs. He's not so much of a popular dog. He's a hairless breed with little hair on the head and on the tail and little pom-poms on the feet. So this is my Chinese Crested. I used gray, Rainbow Loom gray, and white, and then black for the eyes and the nose. So I just really love how the hair came out, like the fur. And you definitely need to bring him to the groomer at the end, and you need a scissor. And he's a small little dog, and we're going to have some fun cutting the bands to look the way that you want them to look. You can add more fur on the tail, you can add more on the legs. I'm going to make him exactly like this one. There's some white modeling on his body. If you want to add more white bands, you can add more white bands too. But I like him with the dark gray and a little bit of the white on the skin, and with some kooky fur on the head. And he got a little short haircut in the back. I just think he's so cute. He's a really cool dog. He's one of I really think he's like the coolest dog. So let's get started, and this is the Chinese Crested. Okay, so once again, it's going to be a staggered position, arrow facing down, and I'm going to use gray and white. Now, if you want to use more white on the modeling, when we get to the body part, you can add more white. But I'm going to stick to this, just a couple little white specks. And at the end, his basic body is really easy, and at the end we're going to add the bands, and that's the part where you need the scissor and the grooming, and it's just it's so much fun making him into, every little dog is going to be unique, because it depends on how much you groom off of him. And let's get started. So you need double white first. We're going to do the forehead first. So it's going to be a double white, the color of the poof on the head. And some of these dogs have black fur too, so you can use black also. Another double white. So we're going to keep that, and now we're going into double gray. Go in the middle. And this is going to be 3 stitches, all double gray. Okay, and then the right side. And then we're going to do a big stretch just like that. From this pin to this pin, and the same on the left. Oops, and we're going to stretch that one over here too. Okay, so this is the outline of the head. It's 1, 2, 3, and then it's white and white on the top, and then big stretch down here. So now the neck is going to be a triple gray. So 3 gray right here on the neck, and then the shoulders will be a double gray. And this is the part where you can add more white if you'd like. This is the band I'm talking about. I'm going to just do a double here, and then the middle of the back I'm going to add 1 white and 1 gray. Okay, so this is a double, then another double on the left, and now the middle of the back I'm going to do 1 white and 1 gray. Doesn't really matter if you put the white on the bottom or the white on the top. Okay, so and then the rest of the back I have that stitch, then it's going to be 2 double grays and then a white gray. So you can make it all white and gray, or you can just make it all gray, whatever you like. And then the last stitch is going to be a white and a gray. so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the sides, I made it just regular gray on this stitch. And then I'm going to use a white and a gray. And then a double gray. And then another double gray to connect. And then I'm going to repeat on the left side. So double gray, then a white and a gray. And then if you want, more white to be more lighter, you can do that too. Then a double. And another double gray. Okay, so this is the body. And now we'll work with the legs. We're going to use white over here and then add these little fringes at the end. So you need your hook. Okay, so you need one white, and it's going to be wrapped on the hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then a double white. Slide that on the hook. So it looks like that. Okay, then you need double gray. And we're going to do 3 stitches with double gray. Okay, so that's 2. And then 1 more. So a total of 4 long. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like that. And we're going to place it right here. Okay, and we'll make another one on the right side. So a single white, 1, 2, 3, and 4 times around. Then a double. Okay, so it looks like that. Then double gray. Another. And 1 more. Okay, so it's a total of 4. And we're going to place that right here. Okay. So now the hind legs. Same white on the bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a double white. Okay, and there's going to be a thigh. If you want to add more white on these parts too, you can do that too. So it's going to be double gray. Another one, so it's 3 sets. Place down. It's going to be a double gray on the loom. This is the thigh part. And then another one here. Then we'll place the leg on that pin. And we're going to loom this one first. And then this one. off the loom and we'll place it right here on these 2 pins. Okay, we'll do the same on the right side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then a double white. Okay. Then the double gray. Another one. Place it to the side. Then a double gray, place on diagonal. Then another. And then place it on the loom. Loom this one first. Then the left side. And place it here. Okay, tail. Same, we're going to have the white on the top with the, it's going to be basically the same as the leg. So it'll be 3 stitches of gray and 1 of the white. So it's going to be a single, wrapped on the hook 4 times again. Then a double. Then 3 stitches of the double gray. And 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 of the white. So it's 4 total, and that's your tail. Okay, structural bands, single gray, and we're just doing the simple triangle. Three times. Okay, so now the nose. You need a single black wrapped on the hook 4 times. Okay, then a double gray. I'm going to make his muzzle gray. So that's a double here. Everything's double. Okay, so make the nose cute. Right in the middle. Then a single gray. And we're going to place it right here on these 2 pins. Place it down so it's underneath this pin. Looks like that. And now the eyes. It's figure 8 and then wrap it again. Or you can just wrap it around 4 times. Okay, single gray. And I'm going to place it on these 2 pins. Separate the eyes and bring it up. You can use beads for the eyes too, small perler beads. Look like that. Okay, ears. I'm going to make gray ears, and you can, once again, any color you like. Okay, so the ears will be a triple. And I made my Doberman ear like this, and I think the Husky too. So you can take your triple band, place it like this with your finger, place your hook right through, go once around, and then bring it back through. So it looks like this. That's one ear. I'll make the second ear also. So you got that part, and make it a little pointy on the top. Take another single, twist it upon itself, place it on the hook, bring it through, got one beautiful ear. I'm going to place it right here on this pin. And facing up. And we'll make another one. So you need a triple. Hold the ear like this. Place the hook through. Once around. Put it back through the hook. And then you're going to need a single twist. And you can slide the ear right on through. Okay, you can fix the bands a little bit. And then I'm going to place it right here. Okay, so two beautiful little ears there. Okay, so this is the layout of the dog, and if you feel like the ears aren't matching, you can rewind the steps and redo the ears to make sure that it looks nice. So this is layout. Make sure your dog looks like this. And we can start looming. Okay, we're going to pull back the tail, and we're going to loom this left band first. Okay, then the right. Then the middle. And we're just going to loom the 4 stitches in the middle. Okay, then the right side. So I'm only looming the bottom gray. And then the shoulder. And the left side. Just the bottom. And the shoulder. Okay, so now the triple of the neck will be the bottom 3 bands. Okay, so next is this long band on the left, it looks like. Yeah, right here. That'll be the top 2 bands. I grabbed one of them. Now I'm going to grab the other one. so put that one there. And now I'm going to grab the one on the right. Okay, now the one in the middle. You want the nose going through it, just like I do all the other dogs, just like this. Pull the nose through, and then we're going to grab this middle gray band. Okay, now the side. And the white band on top. And now the left side. And white band on top. Okay, you will need a double white band to do the slip knot. Okay, so make sure yours looks like this. And now we can take it off the loom. Okay, the nose, make sure that nose is coming through in the front. Okay, so once again, this is what he looks like. You don't need the loom anymore. I'm going to turn this guy into this guy. Big difference. So first, we're going to take the hook out of the head, put your finger behind, and push his head through. Make sure his nose is nice and cute and through. Ears are facing up. His eyes look great. Stretch him out. Okay, so this is what he looks like. Place your hook right through that triple band for the neck and tug. This will bring the head upright. Looks like that. So then we're going to fold him in half and we're going to sew his body shut. And you can see the beautiful white markings that we put before. And if you add more white markings, you can see more too. So you're going to need a single gray. We're going to sew him shut. We're going to go through these two stitches first. Put the band, single band, on your hook. Make a slip knot. Pull taut. Go to the next row. Mine is a white and a gray. Then here's a double gray. And lastly, last stitch. Okay, so you need your trusty scissor. To cut. Place one end underneath to hold, underneath the band to hold, and then make a triple knot. Okay, so you can hide the excess inside the dog, or you can just snip it. Make sure you do not cut yourself. Or the dog. And then you want to bring the legs straight. And this is what he looks without the little poofs. Kind of like a little wolf cub. So you want the tail up. Place your hook right through the bottom stitches and bring it up. Okay, so it's more up. And now we're going to have some fun with some white bands and your scissor and your hook. So we're going to add the white bands to the dog to turn him into this guy. So we're going to do that right now. So get ready. I'm going to just put a pile of bands here. You can use as many bands as you'd like. You don't have to do exactly like me. You can do less or more. And then we're going to make him a little haircut on the top first. Okay, so first you're going to need your hook, and we're going to do 2 bands at a time. Okay, so just 2. You have the double white bands in the front. We're going to add with slip knots these little hairs in the back. Okay, we're going to do this first, and the legs and the tail are a different method. Okay, so I have a double white right here. I'm going to place my hook right underneath it, just like this. Take a double white, and he has wacky fur coming out. So we're going to make this, like, it's so much fun. I love this part of making the dog. Place it on the hook like this, and we're just making a slip knot. Pull taut so it comes out. And if you want, you can pull this band up so it hides the back a little bit. I'm going to do another one on the left side. So here's another double band. Place my hook through. Take my double band and make a slip knot. And you have like the front of his head. Okay, and I'm going to make this a little bit more poofy up here. Okay, so now the back of the head. You can place these bands anywhere you'd like. I'm using doubles as anchors. So I'm going to use the left side. Take another double and make another slip knot. Okay, so then the right side. Okay, so now I want to work on the back of the head. So I'm going to grab an inside gray band and place my double white. And this is, you can use as many white bands as you'd like to make as poofy as as you want for the top of the hair, or less poofy. So then I'm going to go to the right side and do the same band. Okay, I'm going to grab a band in the middle. a slip knot there. Okay, so he is looking poofy, he's looking wacky, really cool. So I'm going to add a little bit more. I want some hair on the side of his head. In the back. Okay, and then I'm going to go in the middle stitch. And then the side. Okay, he is looking cool. Now on this one, I went down to this area right here. And I filled in more gaps inside. So I'm going to stop right there for this one. I don't want to add any more in the back. I think he looks really good at this level, but I want to make him more bands, more fuller. So whatever you see like a gap, you can add a stitch of the double bands. So I see a gap right here, so I'm going to add a stitch here. So every dog is going to look different, and every Chinese crested looks different too. Okay, let me see if I want to add more. I see a gap in the middle. So I'm going to put some bands there. I'm going to add one more here. I'm going to add some more in the front. Oh, his little eyes are coming out. So you can rearrange his face if his eyes are popping back in. Fix the ears, make sure it's more pointy. I'm going to fix up this gap. Oops, sorry. Add a double band here. Then we'll go to the other side because there's equal gaps. Okay, so I think he's looking great. Now, if you have some bands that are coming forward like that, you can actually just move them backward because you want it outside away from his head. So I think he looks good just like that. And if you want to add more bands, make them more poofy, you can do that too. At the end, I'm going to cut them and give him a trim. So he looks like this right now. And now we're going to make the bands on the legs. Okay, Okay, the legs, you're going to need around 8 cut bands on each leg. So let's get these. I'm going to show you exactly how to cut this. Now, some of them are oblong, like this. So this one is more straight up compared to sideways. I want you to cut them lengthwise because then the bands are facing more down. You don't want them facing cut this way because it's not going to look good on the legs. I want them all facing down. So what I do is I place a couple bands on here, let them dangle, and they're going to be all that oblong shape. And what you want to do is just snip right there. So you're going to need around 8 of these. So it's 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can dangle them so that they're all in the same shape. Take it off the hook and snip. Just like that. So you're going to have around 8 of them, and you're going to take 2 at a time. And we're first going to place your hook right through this white band, just like that. And then you're going to take your cut double band, use your hook, and guide it through. And you want the bands facing down. So I don't want them facing sideways or anything like that. You're going to move them so that they're all facing down. And we're also going to cut these at the end too. So it looks like this. Okay, as down as you can. You don't want them facing up. So then you're going to go on the other side and place your hook right through that white part, and then take another 2. Pull it through. Make sure they're facing down. They have a life of their own. Okay, so that's 1. And then we're going to take our hook and go through this gray band and do the same thing. Just go through that gray band, take a double, and bring it through. And make sure they're all down. So I already put it through this section. Now I'm going to go another like crisscross and go through the other section, just like this. I'm going to take our final 2. Bring it through, play with it, and make sure they're facing the way that you want. Okay, so it's looking good. So it looks like this. Now at the end, we're going to cut it to the shape that you want. I need to make 3 more, same position, same everything. So I'm going to show you how to make it. I'll go through the whole thing. If you want to fast forward this section, you can fast forward it too. But we're going to make 3 more sets of this. So you're going to need 8 more. Place it through the hook. Dangle. And cut. Okay, double at a time. And we're first going to go through the bottom white section. Bring your bands through. And move the bands so that they're all in the same direction. Okay, so it looks like that. Go through the diagonal again of the white and get 2 more bands. And you want them facing the same way. Okay, now we're going to go through the gray. Grab another 2 bands. And now the other side of the gray, a little crisscross. This little puff looks good. They're all facing relatively down. This little band too. See, this guy's a little troublemaker, so we're just going to fix that. Okay, so now the back paws. Same as before, you need 8 of them. Count, dangle, cut. Place your hook right through the white. Grab 2 bands. Then go through the other section of white. We'll do this faster now. Make sure the bands are all facing the same direction. Okay, now my gray. Go through the other crisscross section of the gray and pull through. Okay, so that one's looking great. They're all the same. Okay, so one last leg. 3, 5, and 8. And then we'll give a nice cut. Go through the white first. Then the other side of the white. Then the gray. And crisscross. Okay, over the bands. And they actually look really cool. Okay, so so much hair. We're going to bring this guy to the groomer. Okay, lastly, the tail. Tail's going to be the same thing, but I want to make the tail a little bit more poofier, so I'm going to use triple bands for this one. So, you can cut as many as you'd like. And dangle these. Let me see how many I used here. So, around like 12 bands. Could be more or less depending on what you want. You know how hairy you want the tail. How poofy. And we're still dangling them to make them the oblong shape. Okay, so here's the tail. I'm placing my hook right through the capping band. I'm taking 3 of them. And pulling it through. And same as we did with the legs, you want them facing same direction. Okay, I place my hook right through this section of white. And grabbing another 3. I want them facing straight, and then I'm going to go diagonal on the white. Grabbing another 3. Okay, so he's looking adorable. Big fluffy tail. Now if you want to stop there and just keep it like that, you can keep it like that. Or I added a little bit more, I had 2 more to the gray part on the other dog, so I'm going to do that. Just going to go into the gray and add these 2. A little bit more fuller, and it kind of hides this band over here, the white. So so it meshes more. Okay, so this is all of the bands. And now we're gonna give them a haircut and cut the bands. I recommend to use like a paper plate or anything flat to catch the bands because it can be a little messy. So I'm going to get a little paper plate right now and I'll show you how to cut the bands. Okay, so I just got a regular paper plate to catch the bands on the bottom. I need my trusty scissor, and please be careful not to cut yourself or any other part of the dog. We're only cutting the white bands right now. So you can take your scissor and snip the bands, the little loops. And this is like the fun part of it. I have a Clydesdale tutorial, and this is how I make the mane for the Clydesdale. Try to snip all of them. Now, you can look at him and see if you like his hair this long without a trim. So mine looks like it's really puffy. I'm going to cut the back of his head to look like a more puffy on the top and more shaved at the bottom. And place him right there. But you can see the difference. So each dog will look a little different. So if I want to shave him a little bit more, you can keep this if you want, but you don't have to. So you can, this is the grooming part. Cut his fur the way that you want it. Make a little trim. Okay, he's looking adorable. Just cut it to the shape you want his hair to be. And he's looking really good. I'm going to trim it a little bit more in the back of the head. So he looks like that. I think it came out cute. And now the bottom. What I did with this one is I had all the bands down and I just trimmed a straight line on the bottom so that he can stand. So, once again, make sure all the bands are facing down. If you have a couple not facing down and to the side, you can work with that too and just trim it. So my white capping band is right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim the bands up to the white capping band. Okay, so it looks like that, a little puff. You can see the difference. Okay, I'm going to do the same with this one. More flat. And the hind legs. Looking great. And now the last one. Okay, so look at his paws and see if you like the haircut that you gave, and if you think like one band is too much, too long, you can cut it. And you can take it apart and re-put the bands too to make it the way that you want. Like this band right here, it's bothering me because it's too wide. But this looks nice. Trim this a little bit more. Now tail. If you want to keep the tail this long, you can keep it this long. I think I will keep it. I really like how it looks. Trim it a little bit to be more rounded. Okay. And I like this how he came out. So look and see where you want. If you want to add more bands to his head, you can do that too and trim it also. So this is our Chinese Crested. I really think that he is adorable. I really love this dog. I think he's such a unique dog. And put the ears back up. And he looks pretty good. I really like him. So I hope you like him too. This one has a little bit longer hair in the back compared to this one. And this one has, I think, a little bit less bands too. So I'm going to trim this a little bit more. Okay, there he is. With the little hair coming out in the front. So cute. So this is my Chinese Crested dog tutorial. Please subscribe to Lovely Lovebird Designs. If you want to see any other dog breeds that I haven't done already, please comment below and check out my dog section of this page, and because I have a lot of other breeds too. Okay, we'll see you soon. Here's the Chinese Crested. They are so cute. Bye.